Hello dear students, welcome back in class 9th chemistry. Students, I hope that you all are healthy and safe at your place. Today we will continue chapter 3, Atoms and Molecules part 2. In today's lecture, we will study in detail about what is an atom, how big are atoms, what are modern day symbols of atoms of different elements, atomic mass unit, and relative atomic mass. Students, have you ever observed a mason building walls? Look at this picture. A mason is building a wall with the help of bricks and other cementing material. From these walls, a room is built, and then a collection of rooms form a building. Now a question arises, what is the building block of this huge building? Yes, you are right. The building block of this huge building is brick. Now look at this picture. This is an ant hill made by ants. Now tell me, what is the building block of an ant hill? Yes, you are right. It is a small grain of sand that makes this huge ant hill. Similarly, the building blocks of all matter that you see around in the form of solid, liquid, gases are atoms. So, an atom is the smallest particle of the element and retains all the properties of that element. An atom is the building block of all matter. Now, the question arises, how big are atoms? Atoms are extremely small. They are smaller than anything that we can imagine or compare with. The size of an atom is normally indicated by its radius, which is also known as atomic radius. Now, what is atomic radius? Look at this diagram. It is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell of the atom of an element. The size of an atom, that is radius of an atom, is measured in nanometers. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9 meter, or 1 upon 10 raised to power 9 meters. Whereas 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to power 9 nanometer. So 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9 meters. Look at this table. Here the relative size of some common substances are given, like radius of an atom of hydrogen is in the order of 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, or it can be measured as 0.1 nanometer. The smallness of hydrogen atom can be compared with the size of molecule of water, whose radius is measured as 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. Molecule of hemoglobin, its radius is measured in the order of 10 raised to power minus 8 meter. The radius of grain of sand is measured in the order of 10 raised to power minus 4 meter. The radius of an ant is measured in the order of 10 raised to power minus 2 meters, and the radius of watermelon is measured in the order of 10 raised to power minus 1 meter. So you can estimate how small is an atom as compared to the size of other substances. Students, just imagine that more than millions of atoms constitute the page of this book that you are reading. We might think that if atoms are so insignificant in size, they are extremely small in size, then why should we care about them? This is because our entire world is made up of atoms. We may not be able to see them, but they are there and constantly affecting whatever we do. Through modern techniques, we can now produce magnified image of the surface of elements showing atoms. One such instrument developed in 1981 known as scanning tunneling microscope. This can produce magnified images of the surface of the elements showing atoms. Now let's study about the symbols of atoms of different elements. Dalton was the first scientist to use the symbols for elements pictorially with the help of circles. In order to differentiate between them, he put some signs inside the circles, like you can see that to represent the symbol for atom of hydrogen, he put a dot inside the circle. For carbon, he shaded the circle. For oxygen, he make a simple circle. For phosphorus, he used this symbol. You can remember it by the letter Y or by the symbol of Mercedes. And for sulfur, he put a symbol of plus sign inside the circle. For iron, by writing I in center of this circle. For copper, he used the letter C in the center of the circle. For lead, he used the letter L in the center of the circle. For silver, he used the letter S in the center of the circle. For gold, he used the letter G with small dots on the sides but inside the circle. For platinum, he used the symbol this with the letter P in the center, and for mercury, he used only dots to the inner side of this circle. In this way, he gave the symbols of atoms of some elements with the pictorial representation. The symbols suggested by Dalton were not systematic, so J.J. Berzelius introduced the modern symbols of atoms of different elements. What are symbols? Symbols are the shorthand representation of the name of the element. J.J. Berzelius used the symbols of letters of English alphabets and suggested that the symbols of elements be made from one or two letters of the name of the element. In the beginning, the names of elements were derived from the name of the place where they were found for the first time. For example, the name of copper was taken from place Cyprus. Some names were taken from specific colors. For example, gold was taken from the English word meaning yellow. Nowadays, IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, approves the names of elements. So let us see the rules of writing modern day symbols of different elements according to IUPAC. Normally the symbols of elements are represented by first one or two letters of the element's name in English. Let us see symbols of elements name with initial letter of their name. For example, in hydrogen, first letter H is used as symbol for hydrogen. In carbon, the first letter C is used as a symbol for carbon. In oxygen O, the first letter O is used as a symbol for oxygen. In nitrogen, the first letter N is used as a symbol for nitrogen, etc. In case the first letter is same for the two or more atoms of elements, then a two-letter system is used as a symbol for such atoms. The symbol of some elements are represented by then first two letters. For example, aluminium Al, helium He. You can see here H. If we keep its symbol H, then this H is we have already chosen for hydrogen. So for helium, its first two letters will be taken as its symbol. So symbol for helium is He. For cobalt, you can see it starts from letter C, but letter C is used as a symbol of carbon. So here for cobalt, we use first two letters of its name to represent the symbol of cobalt, that is CO. Another important rule is the first letter of the symbol is always written as capital letter, that is uppercase, and the second letter is always written as small letter, that is lowercase. For example, symbol of aluminium is written with capital A and small l. Symbol of cobalt is written with capital C and small o. Symbol of helium is written with capital H and small e. Symbol of chlorine is written with capital C and small l, etc. Symbols of some elements are formed from the first letter of the name and the letter appearing later in the name. For example, in chlorine, if you see here, the first letter for symbol of chlorine is taken as capital C, and the next letter is written, not the second one but the third one appearing later in this name. So for chlorine it is Cl. For example, zinc. In zinc, first letter is followed by the another letter which appears later in the name. Means zinc is not written as Zi, but it is written as Zn. Here also the first letter is written capital followed by the small letter n. Same way in magnesium, you can see the first letter is used for its symbol, but the second letter is not the next to it, but the letter which appears later in the name of magnesium, that is G, which comes after A. So the symbol for magnesium is capital M small g. Similarly in manganese, the first letter of symbol is capital M and the second one is not the immediate second letter of the name but the third letter of the name, that is small n. Students, some symbols have been taken from the names of elements in Latin, German or Greek languages. For example, symbol of iron is Fe, derived from its Latin name ferrum with the symbol Fe. Symbol of sodium is Na, which is derived from its Latin name natrium, Na. Symbol of potassium is K, which is derived from its Latin name kalium with the letter K. So these are the rules of writing modern day symbols of different elements according to IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Now students, let us see some more examples of elements whose symbols are derived from their Latin names. You have seen sodium. Symbol Na is derived from Latin name natrium. Potassium, symbol K, derived from its Latin name kalium. Iron, symbol Fe, derived from its Latin name ferrum. Copper, symbol Cu, derived from its Latin name cuprum. Silver, its symbol Ag, derived from Latin name argentum. Gold, with symbol Au, derived from its Latin name aurum. Mercury, with symbol Hg, is derived from Latin name hydrargyrum. Lead, its symbol Pb, is derived from Latin name plumbum. Tin, its symbol Sn, is derived from Latin name stannum. Now students, look at this chart showing the symbols of some elements. Aluminium Al, argon Ar, barium Ba, boron B, bromine Br, calcium Ca, carbon C, chlorine Cl, cobalt Co, copper Cu, fluorine F, gold Au, hydrogen H, iodine I, iron Fe, lead Pb, magnesium Mg, neon Ne, nitrogen N, oxygen O, potassium K, silicon Si, silver Ag, sodium Na, sulfur S, uranium U, zinc Zn. Students, practice these symbols regularly, and by the time you will be able to learn the symbols of all these elements. Now students, let us learn about atomic mass, that is mass of an atom of an element. But before that, let me ask you one question. How do you find your weight? You simply stand on weighing machine that give you your weight, right? And how does a grocer or a fruit seller weighs the things? Obviously with weighing machine. For example, when we want to buy rice, we measure it in grams or kilograms. Similarly, we measure the weight of many other goods in grams or kilograms. But what about the atoms, which are the smallest unit of every matter? They are so tiny that you cannot see them. So, can we weigh them on a weighing machine? No, absolutely not. An atom is very small. We cannot determine its weight in units like grams or kilograms. Then question arises, how can we measure the mass of an atom? Atomic mass is expressed in terms of atomic mass unit, that is AMU. In 1961, IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, adopted unified atomic mass unit as a unit of atomic mass. So according to IUPAC, atomic mass of atoms is expressed in U, that is unified mass. Initially, Dalton chose the hydrogen atom as standard. He compared the mass of any atom with the mass of hydrogen atom, and he got the relative atomic mass of an atom of the element. But it gave the fractional values of the atomic mass of atoms of elements. So in this way, the relative atomic mass of an atom of element is obtained by dividing mass of an atom with the mass of standard atom, as Dalton took initially hydrogen atom as a standard atom, but it gave the atomic masses of atoms of various elements in fractions. Then scientists took oxygen with atomic mass 16 as a standard reference for measuring the atomic masses of atoms of various elements. Mass of oxygen is equal to 16 atomic mass unit, or according to IUPAC it is 16U, and 1 atomic mass unit of oxygen atom is equal to 1/16th of mass of oxygen. The mass of oxygen is equal to 16 AMU or 16U, then 1 AMU or 1U is equal to 1/16th of the mass of oxygen. Now the question arises, why oxygen was considered as standard reference to measure the atomic masses of atoms of various elements? Well, oxygen was considered as standard reference due to two reasons. One is oxygen reacted with large number of elements and formed various compounds. Second, this atomic mass unit, that is 1/16th the mass of an atom of oxygen, gave masses of most of the elements as whole numbers. That is why oxygen was considered as a standard reference for measuring the mass of atoms of different elements. However, in 1961, for a universally accepted atomic mass unit, carbon 12 isotope was chosen as the standard reference for measuring the atomic masses. Why carbon 12 isotope? You have read about isotopes. Carbon, there are three isotopes of carbon: carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. Then why carbon 12 isotope was chosen as the standard reference for measuring the atomic masses? Because about 98% of carbon is found in almost all types of matter. So mass of an atom of carbon is equal to 12 atomic mass units, or 12U, that is unified mass. So if mass of atom of carbon is equal to 12 AMU or 12U, then one atomic mass unit is equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. So let us define what is atomic mass unit. Very important definition. Atomic mass unit is a mass unit equal to 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12, and the relative atomic masses of all the elements have been found with respect to an atom of carbon 12. Students, let's understand with the help of this example that how relative atomic masses of all elements can be measured with respect to one atom of carbon 12. Students, imagine there is a fruit seller selling fruits without using any standard weight. He takes one watermelon and says mass of this watermelon is equal to 12 units. He cuts the watermelon into 12 equal pieces and finds the mass of each fruit he is selling relative to the mass of one piece or one unit of watermelon. In this way, he finds the mass of each fruit with respect to one unit of his watermelon, means one piece of his watermelon. So students, let us imagine this watermelon is one atom of carbon 12 and it is cut into 12 pieces. The mass of one atom of carbon 12 is equal to 12 units. Then mass of one unit of carbon is equal to 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. So the relative atomic mass of all elements can be found with respect to an atom of carbon 12. So what is atomic mass unit? It is the mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. Now let us see what is the exact definition of relative atomic mass of the atom of an element. The relative atomic mass of the atom of an element is defined as the average mass of the atom as compared to 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. What is the meaning of word average mass? The word average in this definition means most of the elements as they occur in nature consist of isotopes. Therefore, all atoms of elements do not have the same mass. That is why we calculate the average mass of the atom as compared to 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. Here are the relative atomic masses of some elements are given, which are calculated by using this formula. So What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1U. What is the atomic mass of carbon? 12U. Nitrogen 14U. Oxygen 16U. Sodium 23U. Magnesium 24U. Sulfur 32U. Chlorine 35.5U. Calcium 40U. Students, you can learn these atomic mass with practice. Students, now answer some questions given as blueprint questions on page 35 of chapter 3 in your science textbook. The first question is, define the atomic mass unit. The atomic mass unit is a mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of the atom of carbon 12. Second, why is it not possible to see an atom with naked eyes? Atoms are very small in size, even beyond our imagination. Size of atoms is measured in nanometers. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9 meter, or 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to power 9 nanometer. For example, radius of an atom of hydrogen is 10 raised to power minus 10 meter or 0.1 nanometer. Also define the relative atomic mass of the atom of an element. Yes, relative atomic mass of the atom of an element is defined as the average mass of the atom as compared to 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. So students, this is all for today's lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.